Welcome to Health Wisdom, where we turn trusted medical science into simple, practical advice you can use every day to live a healthier life. I'm Dr. William, and I've spent more than 15 years in internal medicine helping people understand how small daily habits can make a remarkable difference in their long-term health. Today we're going to talk about something that rarely gets discussed during a regular doctor's appointment, even though it could have a meaningful impact on your kidney health. Most people think about breakfast, lunch, and dinner when they want to improve their diet, but very few ever stop to consider what they eat before going to bed. The truth is that while you're sleeping, your kidneys don't rest. In fact, they continue performing some of the most important work they do all day. The foods you choose in the last hour before sleep can either support that overnight process or make it more difficult. Today, I'll share 8 fruits that are considered kidney-friendly and explain why they may be excellent choices before bedtime. Make sure you stay until the very end because the last fruit comes with an important warning that almost nobody talks about, and understanding that detail could help you avoid a common mistake. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to Health Wisdom, turn on the notification bell, and tell me in the comments where you're watching from and what time it is where you live. I always enjoy reading your messages and hearing from viewers around the world. One of the biggest misconceptions about kidney health is that it only matters if someone has already been diagnosed with kidney disease. In reality, your kidneys quietly work for you every single minute of every day, whether you think about them or not. These 2 fist-sized organs filter roughly 50 gallons of blood every 24 hours. They remove waste products, balance minerals, regulate fluid levels, help control blood pressure, and even contribute to producing hormones that affect your bones and red blood cells. While you're asleep, your kidneys continue filtering your blood and restoring balance throughout your body. That's why your evening habits matter much more than many people realize. Unfortunately, most conversations about kidney nutrition focus only on restrictions. People hear words like avoid, reduce, eliminate, or stop eating. Less sodium, less processed food, less sugar, and for some individuals, less potassium. Those recommendations can certainly be important, but there's another side of the conversation that deserves just as much attention. Instead of asking only what you should remove, it's also worth asking what healthy foods you can add to naturally support your kidneys as they perform their overnight work. Another important thing to understand is that not every fruit is the same when it comes to kidney health. Fruits are packed with vitamins, antioxidants, fiber, and natural plant compounds that help reduce inflammation throughout the body. Chronic inflammation plays a role in many health conditions, including heart disease, diabetes, and chronic kidney disease. However, certain fruits also contain higher amounts of potassium, and while potassium is absolutely essential for healthy muscles, nerves, and heart function, people with advanced kidney disease sometimes have difficulty removing excess potassium from the bloodstream. That's why choosing the right fruits becomes especially important. The fruits we're discussing today offer an excellent balance. They provide valuable nutrients while generally remaining lower in potassium than many other popular fruits. Even if your kidneys are healthy today, eating foods that reduce inflammation and oxidative stress may help protect them over time. Think of these fruits as giving your body gentle nutritional support rather than trying to fix a problem after it develops. Prevention has always been one of the most powerful tools in medicine, and that's exactly the approach we're taking today. Let's begin with one of my favorite nighttime fruits, tart cherries. If there were ever a fruit designed specifically for the evening hours, this might be it. Tart cherries contain natural plant compounds, including phytonutrients and small amounts of naturally occurring melatonin, the hormone closely linked with regulating your sleep cycle. Good quality sleep isn't only about feeling rested the next morning. During healthy sleep, your blood pressure naturally drops, giving your blood vessels and kidneys a chance to recover from the demands of the day. When sleep is poor or constantly interrupted, that nighttime drop in blood pressure may not happen as effectively, placing extra stress on delicate kidney tissues over time. Tart cherries are also rich in antioxidants that help combat oxidative stress, one of the driving forces behind aging and many chronic diseases. If you enjoy tart cherries about 30 to 60 minutes before bedtime, whether fresh, frozen, or as a small serving of unsweetened tart cherry juice, you may be supporting both healthier sleep and healthier kidneys at the same time. Just remember to choose unsweetened options whenever possible, because excess added sugar works against many of the benefits you're trying to achieve. Our second fruit is the tiny but incredibly powerful blueberry. These little berries have earned their reputation as a superfood for good reason. Blueberries are loaded with anthocyanins, the natural pigments responsible for their deep blue color. These compounds are potent antioxidants that help protect cells from damage caused by free radicals. Your kidneys contain millions of tiny filtering units called nephrons, and over many years, oxidative stress can gradually affect how efficiently those filters work. Including antioxidant-rich foods like blueberries in your diet may help reduce some of that ongoing stress. Blueberries are also relatively low in potassium compared with several other fruits, making them a suitable choice for many individuals following kidney-friendly eating plans. Another advantage is their fiber content. Fiber helps stabilize blood sugar, supports digestive health, and nourishes beneficial gut bacteria, all of which indirectly contribute to better overall health. A simple half cup of blueberries before bed can satisfy a sweet craving without overwhelming your body with excess sugar or calories. Whether you choose fresh or frozen, you're getting nearly the same nutritional value, making blueberries an easy and affordable addition to your nightly routine. Next come strawberries, another fruit that combines wonderful flavor with impressive nutritional benefits. Many people are surprised to learn that strawberries are relatively low in potassium while being exceptionally rich in vitamin C and protective antioxidants. Vitamin C plays an important role in supporting healthy blood vessels and immune function, while the antioxidants found in strawberries help reduce inflammation throughout the body. Chronic inflammation doesn't just affect your joints or your heart. It also places stress on your kidneys over time. Strawberries contain natural compounds that help neutralize harmful molecules before they can damage healthy cells. They're also naturally low in calories, making them an excellent bedtime snack for anyone trying to maintain a healthy weight. Excess body weight is another factor that increases the risk of high blood pressure and type 2 diabetes, two of the leading causes of kidney disease worldwide. A small bowl of fresh strawberries can satisfy your sweet tooth while providing nutrients your body can actually use overnight. If you'd like to make them even more filling, pair them with a small amount of plain unsweetened yogurt for extra protein without adding excessive sugar. The fourth fruit is probably sitting in your kitchen already, yet it often gets overlooked because it's so common. I'm talking about apples. Sometimes the simplest foods are also among the healthiest. Apples provide soluble fiber known as pectin, along with vitamin C and numerous antioxidant compounds concentrated especially in the peel. That's one reason I almost always recommend eating apples without peeling them whenever possible. Their fiber slows the digestion of natural sugars, helping keep blood sugar levels steadier overnight. Stable blood sugar is especially important because elevated blood glucose over many years can damage the tiny blood vessels inside the kidneys. Apples are also naturally low in sodium, phosphorus, and potassium compared with many other fruits, making them a reliable option for a kidney-conscious diet. Their crisp texture also encourages slower eating, giving your brain time to recognize fullness and reducing the temptation to snack on processed desserts before bed. Sprinkle a little cinnamon on apple slices, and you've created a delicious evening snack that's satisfying, nutritious, and wonderfully simple. Our fifth fruit is grapes, particularly red and purple varieties. Grapes contain beneficial plant compounds called flavonoids and resveratrol, both of which have attracted attention for their potential role in supporting cardiovascular health. Why does that matter for your kidneys? Because your heart and kidneys are closely connected. Healthy blood vessels help deliver oxygen and nutrients to kidney tissue, while damaged blood vessels can gradually impair kidney function. Red and purple grapes contain more protective pigments than green grapes, making them an especially smart choice. Another practical benefit is that grapes can be frozen, creating a refreshing snack that takes longer to eat and feels surprisingly satisfying. For people who need to limit fluids because of kidney disease, frozen grapes may help reduce thirst while still providing antioxidants and natural sweetness. They're easy to portion, convenient to prepare ahead of time, and can replace sugary desserts that provide calories without meaningful nutrition. Just remember that moderation is still important because even healthy fruits contain natural sugars, and balance is always the goal. Now let's talk about raspberries, one of the highest fiber fruits you can find. Fiber doesn't always get the attention it deserves, but it plays a much larger role in kidney health than many people realize. Your digestive system and your kidneys constantly communicate through what researchers call the gut-kidney connection. Healthy gut bacteria produce substances that help lower inflammation throughout the body, and fiber serves as food for those beneficial bacteria. Raspberries provide an impressive amount of fiber in a relatively small serving, making them an excellent bedtime snack. They also contain vitamin C, manganese, and powerful antioxidants while remaining relatively low in potassium. Another advantage is that fiber slows digestion, helping you feel satisfied longer and reducing overnight blood sugar spikes. Frozen raspberries are every bit as nutritious as fresh ones, so don't worry if fresh berries aren't available where you live. You can even combine raspberries with blueberries or strawberries to create a colorful bowl packed with different antioxidants working together to support your overall health. Nature rarely relies on just one protective compound, and eating a variety of berries allows you to benefit from multiple nutrients at once. The seventh fruit may surprise you because many people don't immediately think of pineapple as a kidney-friendly choice. Fresh pineapple is actually one of the lower potassium tropical fruits, making it an attractive option for many people watching their potassium intake. Pineapple contains bromelain, a natural enzyme that's been studied for its anti-inflammatory properties. While bromelain isn't a miracle cure, reducing unnecessary inflammation is always a positive goal when supporting long-term kidney health. Fresh pineapple also provides vitamin C and natural sweetness without requiring added sugars. One important point, however, is to choose fresh pineapple whenever possible rather than heavily sweetened canned varieties packed in syrup. Heat processing can reduce some of the beneficial enzyme activity, and added sugars offer no advantage to your kidneys. A small serving of fresh pineapple in the evening can feel like a refreshing dessert while still supporting your overall nutritional goals. It's another reminder that healthy eating doesn't have to be boring or restrictive. Sometimes simple, colorful foods are exactly what your body appreciates most. Finally, we've reached fruit number 8, and this is the one I wanted you to stay for because it comes with an important caution. Cranberries have been associated with urinary tract health for decades, and there is legitimate scientific evidence suggesting they may help reduce the risk of recurrent urinary tract infections in certain people. That's because cranberries contain natural compounds that may make it harder for certain bacteria to attach to the lining of the urinary tract. However, here's what many videos fail to explain. Cranberries do not treat an active urinary tract infection or kidney infection. If you develop symptoms such as fever, severe pain, burning with urination, or blood in your urine, you need proper medical evaluation rather than relying on cranberry products. There's another issue as well. Most cranberry juices sold in grocery stores are loaded with added sugar because pure cranberry juice is naturally very tart. Excess added sugar can increase the risk of obesity, diabetes, and kidney disease over time. If you choose cranberries, look for 100% unsweetened cranberry juice or unsweetened whole cranberries rather than sugary juice cocktails marketed as health drinks. Now that we've covered all 8 fruits, let me share one of my favorite bedtime combinations. You don't need expensive supplements or complicated recipes. Simply place half a cup of tart cherries, half a cup of blueberries, and a few fresh strawberries into a small bowl. Together they provide antioxidants, fiber, vitamin C, anti-inflammatory plant compounds, and nutrients that may help support restful sleep. If tart cherries aren't available where you live, you can still create a wonderful combination using blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and apple slices. The key isn't finding one magical fruit. The real benefit comes from consistently eating a variety of colorful fruits that nourish your body night after night. Healthy habits rarely produce dramatic changes overnight, but they create meaningful improvements over months and years. Your kidneys appreciate steady care far more than occasional extremes. That's why I encourage my patients to focus on routines they can actually enjoy instead of diets that feel impossible to maintain. Of course, it's important to remember that every person's health situation is unique. If you've been diagnosed with advanced chronic kidney disease, your doctor or registered kidney dietitian may recommend specific limits for potassium, phosphorus, fluids, or other nutrients based on your blood tests and stage of disease. General recommendations cannot replace personalized medical advice. If you're taking blood-thinning medications like warfarin or managing multiple medical conditions, it's always wise to discuss significant dietary changes with your healthcare provider. The good news is that for many people with healthy kidneys or early kidney concerns, adding these nutritious fruits in sensible portions can become part of a balanced lifestyle rather than something to fear. Medicine is becoming increasingly focused on prevention because protecting your health before problems develop is always easier than trying to reverse damage later. Small choices repeated consistently often produce the greatest long-term results. I remember one patient in her early 70s who came to see me because she had become afraid of eating almost any fruit. She had read so many articles warning about potassium that she assumed every fruit was dangerous. As a result, she had eliminated many of the foods providing antioxidants, fiber, and important vitamins from her diet. Together, we reviewed her kidney function, looked at her blood work, and built a simple evening routine using kidney-friendly fruits in appropriate portions. Within a few weeks, she told me she was sleeping better, enjoying her meals again, and feeling much more confident about making healthy choices. Her kidney numbers remained stable, and perhaps most importantly, she no longer felt anxious every time she reached for a piece of fruit. That's one of my favorite parts of practicing medicine. Good information doesn't just improve laboratory values. It gives people confidence and removes unnecessary fear. When you understand why you're making a choice instead of simply following a list of restrictions, healthy habits become much easier to maintain. As we finish today's conversation, I want you to remember one simple message. Supporting your kidneys doesn't always require complicated diets, expensive supplements, or dramatic lifestyle changes. Sometimes it begins with something as simple as choosing the right evening snack. Tart cherries, blueberries, strawberries, apples, grapes, raspberries, fresh pineapple, and unsweetened cranberries each offer unique nutritional advantages that can become part of a balanced kidney-friendly lifestyle. Combined with staying hydrated, maintaining healthy blood pressure, managing blood sugar, exercising regularly, and following your healthcare provider's recommendations, these small dietary choices can help support your kidneys for years to come. If you found today's video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Health Wisdom, and share it with someone who cares about protecting their kidneys. I'd also love to hear from you in the comments. Which of these 8 fruits are you planning to add to your bedtime routine first? Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. Until next time, take care of yourself, stay healthy, and I'll see you again very soon on Health Wisdom.